Welcome to episode number 59 of the Blitz Take. I am here with 2025 NFL draft prospect Josiah Curry-Fulgham from Trine University, and I'm happy to have him on and hear his thoughts on his experience and everything a part of it. So welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So my first question is, how did your recruiting process go towards the beginning of your high school career?
Oh yeah, so it went pretty decent. Like I said, my senior year of high school, I didn't end up playing because I had an injury from my junior year going into my senior year. So it kind of slowed things down a little bit for me, but I was still able to get a offer to go to college. Ended up going to Lawrence Tech my freshman year. Kind of redshirted there. It was like a medical redshirt just because like my injury and stuff like that. So I was there for a year, ended up leaving there and went to Ferris State, was at Ferris for 3 years. Had the COVID year, redshirted for a year, played a year. So my experience there was pretty good, won 2 national championships at the D2 level. And then ended up leaving there and was at Indiana Wesleyan this past year. Had a pretty good season, pretty good run. Met a lot of new people and a lot of new connections, and it was just it was time for me to take a different path in life. And so that's where I'm here, where I am now.
How will your transition process go from Roosevelt to Trine?
So previously I was at Indiana Wesleyan. And so, or are you talking about from like potentially being committed to Roosevelt and then going to Trine? Or
Oh, I completely forgot you went to Indiana.
oh yeah, no, yeah. So I was at Indiana Wesleyan this past year. So just the transition. Obviously, there's like a division difference, level difference. From the NAIA to the D3 level. But when it comes to a lot of stuff that played a part in it, it was just what felt more at home for me, and where I could see myself succeeding outside of the classroom and outside of football. And so that's why I feel like Trine was the best fit for me. Just all the things that they offered as far as job placement, football, and just many resources to help me succeed in life. So.
My next question is, what is a typical day like for you? Don't like today during the summer to game days?
Oh yeah, so right now just during the off season, during the summer, I pretty much just chilling with family, and just having a lot of alone time. Just getting my body back right, my mental back right for like school and football. But just enjoying life, man. Like I said, we only get this opportunity once, and so just taking every day one step at a time and just enjoying every single moment. Just spending time with family and just going on vacations and doing stuff. So it's been pretty easy routine throughout the summer. But as we kick back in with football and school and stuff like that. I'm pretty much a robot throughout the year. Routine pretty much stays the same as far as what I do, what I eat, and everything like that. And so, it usually depends like a away game or a bye week or a home game. Just kind of depends on the time and stuff like that. I basically just kind of tailor that towards how I'm going to prep my week and stuff like that. So it's pretty much the same thing, but it's kind of all over the place at the same time. So.
Uh, what current or former NFL player do you compare yourself to?
I would say back in the day, back in my receiver days, back in high school, pretty much I kind of tried to model my game and lifestyle a little bit after Odell. I feel like a lot of people did that during that era. But now, as far as gameplay and stuff like that, like who I kind of try to take bits and pieces from, um, Miles Sanders a lot. I feel like we are two very identical backs, and a little bit of Ezekiel Elliott, just the way we move and stuff like that. And so I kind of take a lot of pieces from a different lot of great backs and just trying to implement them into my game and things I do. So.
My next question is, what makes you a unique player on the field?
I'd probably say just my composure and my confidence, and also being able to lead in those tough situations where a lot of people may not be used to. Um, but just from the experience that I have and the knowledge that I have from being in the game so long, just being able to have that composure and still play at a high level. So that's one of the things I feel like separates me from a lot of guys. Just my composure, being able to stay calm, especially at the running back position. You got to be able to pretty much do everything: run, catch, block. Help make changes. Fill in for blocks. So you're pretty much on your toes. So being able to have that composure and just acting like you've been there before. So that's kind of what I bring to the table as far as on the field.
What has been your favorite memory so far playing football?
Uh, I got like two of those. I'll probably say getting my first offer. That's something that I've always dreamed of. Playing college football, and the other is winning a national championship. Yeah, there's only less than 5%. Or I don't know whatever the statistic is of people who win a state championship or a national championship, but just being part of that percentage, of winning a national championship and helping contribute to that as well. And so that's probably one of my biggest memories, if not the biggest.
How many days? I meant to say, how many hours do you take the time out of your day to study film?
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much just depends on the week, um, or like exactly like what it is. Like if it's a practice, I mean, a day probably around like 3 or 4 hours. You don't really need that much from a practice to kind of see what you need to get better for the game. I kind of just fix those things up for the next day. But more so for a game, um, anywhere from 5 to 6 hours from after the game, watching it by myself, and then watching it with the coaching staff and stuff like that. So probably like around 10 hours just from that game, so I can know what to do going in that week for practice and further on into the next week of the game.
Uh, what are you most looking forward to this season? Playing for a new school.
Uh, just the connections, man. And just being somewhere where I can see myself being an important role and making an immediate impact, and just winning. Like I said, I've been I've been at a few different schools and have been around a few different cultures. So just kind of seeing what the culture is like there and just coming in and being a part of that, it's gonna be really exciting. Just to kind of see how we can all intertwine together and just win and develop as young men. So that's pretty much it.
How do you feel about the schedule?
It's a pretty solid schedule. I was looking at it last night actually. So I'm excited to kind of see uh, what's in store for us. Like I said, I know there's a lot of good pieces coming back that I've heard, and so I feel like it's going to be a pretty good schedule. There's a lot of good games on there that I can't wait to be a part of. And so, like I said, it's a great conference to be a part of as well. So it's gonna be challenging, but it's gonna be fun as well to win. So.
My last question is, what do you like to do in your free time?
Uh, that varies, man. Like recently, I've been playing college football, so I've been on that a lot, heavy. Um, but like I said, just spending time with family, being outside, just being adventurous, seeing the world, taking vacations and stuff like that. But a lot of times, just listening to music just to get out of my head,
Mhm.
And so that's pretty much it. And just being creative. Like I said, I'm a marketing major and. I have my own clothing brand and stuff like that, so I kind of try to take up my time with that stuff. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things I do in my free time, man. So,
I Thank you for coming on and talking about your experience. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I'll definitely be supporting you, watching throughout the season, and I'll hopefully have you back on once the season gets underway.
sir, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.